Well, it took the Brazilians a while to warm up, but it got a bit heated towards the end of the half.
It was an unbelievable first. I don't think the Germans read the script at all. I mean, when they started the first 20 minutes, I thought they were the better side. They were organised, they closed down quickly. I thought that Frings and Bode nullified the attacking influence of Cafu and Roberto Carlos. And the Brazilians were a bit casual, a bit complacent. The Germans never had any clear-cut chances, but since then, the Brazilians could have scored 4. They've had the better of the chances.
Yeah. Ian?
Well, like what's your name again?
Alan.
Sorry. Like Al says, you know, like they're nullifying him on the wings, and like Ronaldinho's starting to get into it a little bit towards the end. You know, he's made a couple of good chances for Ronaldo, but the Germans are getting in there, they are bustling, they're breaking it up, but they're not really creating anything themselves. And like the Brazilians, who ain't really played any kind of the football that we know they can, could be 4 up.
Interesting tactical battle out there, Martin.
Very much so. I mean, Brazil, we said at the top of the programme, were capable of scoring goals virtually from nothing. I feel as if they've actually had to do that. It's been virtually from nothing because, as Alan said, that the Germans haven't read the script. I think they've worked exceptionally hard. I'm not so sure that Ronaldinho is actually having a major influence in the game, or perhaps maybe the sort of influence I was expecting of him. He certainly, when they've lost the ball, he's just walked back and allowed the Germans to come on to their defence very, very easily. So much so that Kleberson and Silva are having to work very, very hard indeed. But having said that, as Alan said, 4 great chances to pull this game.
I think the German manager's got the tactics spot on. He really has. I mean, they've consistently played 4 at the back. He changed it 3 at the back and played the 2 wing backs. I think Ramelo's been outstanding, but for me, you know, the ploy of playing Frings and Bode as the wing backs, I think has been terrific. It's worked so well.
Yeah, the closest probably Brazil have come. I mean, Ronaldo's had a few chances, but Kleberson hit the bar with a terrific effort.
Yeah, it was just coming to the end of the first half, and I think he just lays it into Kleberson, and he just finds himself with a bit of time. He just comes out of the box, and he's just on the edge, and he just overs it, and he just curls it. I thought he was in. I was waiting for it to hit the net, but that's just fantastic. And they're not even getting into it.
It's one of the few times the German defence haven't got it quickly enough. If you watch the space and time he's got there just to, you know,
it's a great effort.
Shape up and hit it. And it's so close to going in.
I think they'll be quite confident going into the half-time because they haven't done anything. They haven't played anything like they can in Brazil, and they could be, on another day, 4-0 up.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. You just mentioned the boy Ramelo, who's done very, very well indeed. And he's playing in the middle of the back 3, as it were, and he's controlling things. His problem is this here, that sometimes then, when Rivaldo or Ronaldo actually push onto him and then move out, then Ramelo doesn't know whether to go or not. And when he does go, that's when the gaps have appeared, and that's where Brazil have actually got in. Ramelo's just got to himself, got to be careful. I think he's one that's got to just hold his ground there and just allow other people to do the work in front of him.
And by and large, the chances have fallen to Ronaldo. Let's take them one at a time, shall we?
Is he fit? That's a question.
What is it when you bring him home? To be honest, you could be half fit and still get on the end of some of these chances now. I don't want to try and cover myself. But like, this is one where this is a great pass from Ronaldinho. I'm thinking, what is he doing? Is he?
I think he's trying to square that, you know.
I don't know.
Well, why would you go with the outside of your left foot?
I think he gets caught in 2 minds, but there's no doubt it's a brilliant pass from Ronaldo.
He can just side foot this in past the goalkeeper. Look,
Definitely squaring it.
What he's doing?
I think the keeper does well. The keeper is out quick. He's reacted quickly, and maybe just put him off. But a player of that class and ability.
Isn't he? I don't know. I think he's trying to slip it in here.
But you'd have to look and say, who's he trying to square it to?
Because there's a German player who's in front of Rivaldo.
So that was the first opportunity. Yeah. Then he has another one, and you think, well, what's happening here? Because normally, this is in the back of the net. I mean, you know, great play, great build-up play, and if you look at the Germans here, there's so many men behind the ball, but he's got it. He gets a little break there, but it's played through to him again.
I thought he should have hit that first time. It's very hard ball to control coming over your shoulder.
Spinning.
Yeah, the goalkeeper's coming out. He's just got to just help that.
You might not see it in this angle, but this is where Ramelo comes, and I think he comes too late, and he's left the gap open there for eventually Kahn, who's performed magnificently in this World Cup, has stood up and made it difficult anyway. Ronaldo probably will fancy himself.
It's a very difficult ball to control, and I think it's so close to the goalie there. He could actually, as it's coming over his shoulder, just help it into the net. But
Well,
who am I to tell Ronaldo?
Well, he he toe poked one in the semi-final. It's one of those. If he just gets a
just
slight
get
toe
something
poke
on it.
And that occasion, you expect you to score.
I would like
Never
to.
mind-
think,
never
well,
mind
I
Ronaldo.
don't. I just think that close in the box, and the ball coming over your shoulder. I don't think you need a touch.
The only problem is, to score it, you've got to be there.
It's got to be there, and that's what he has been.
Yeah, and Ronaldo was there again just before half-time when, well, Kahn again saved Germany.
He gets a bit of luck here. I think it goes out to it goes out to Ronaldinho. He knocks it in, then it comes in the box. Roberto Carlos hits one. It comes off the defender, then bounces into his path, and you just from there you just want to hit it really, and like Kahn's just in the right place.
He hits it well enough.
Yeah.
You see the bit of luck he gets off of the defenders, comes off the defender's arm, back into his path. No, you're not going to do much more than turn and swivel it. That's a great save.
Decent save, all right. Very good save.
Hands actually going in the other direction.
That's a great. That's
Sticks out his leg.
Great save.
Great save. It is.
Cleberson's been quite influential on this game,
think-
Martin. He's done a few things. And
He's a good player. He's definitely a good player. Very, very young. He's only about 23 years of age. He's come into the competition when Juninho has actually dropped out. And I thought he actually was maybe better defensively than Juninho, but he certainly can get forward
got
himself.
forward and he nearly scored. He had a good,
did.
well, he had a chance to score.
He had a chance to score. He might have done better himself, but he's had a very influential first time.
Yeah, this is a great pass. He just drags this one.
He's on his wrong side.
Drags it. It's a good run into the box.
They still had the cover there, though.
Super pass. I thought he could have. I thought he was
Just
going to
good
square it.
He
Yeah,
just enough.
Ronaldo's on there.
I thought he
wasn't
was going to just lay it into Ronaldo's path to come onto, but you know, I would shoot from there if it was me.
So we're saying the Germans have done very well, but
But-
the Brazilians could have
Well, the Brazilians have had
scored
all the chances. I mean, early in the game, you would say the Germans looked fairly dominant, but
Schneider.
without creating
without
too much.
creating
But
really
a couple of times they got
clear-cut
wide
chance.
positions.
and decent balls into the box as well. And they played it. It was neat and it was tidy. Some good play, some good build-up play. And when it comes wide,
And he knocks it
I think
back
Frings
himself.
reverses it here, plays it back, great ball into the box, so difficult to defend against.
That's good
And
defense.
it's Ed Milson that comes in and clears it.
Best German move of the match.
I
that
would
was
say
it.
so. I would say so.
And that would have given them really good confidence as well, too, so early on, feeling as if they're taking Brazil on at their own game.
You see, that's a wing-back, Frings there, who's done so well defensively, but he's got forward as well. The ball's played into the box, Ed Milson gets back there.
If you could
Just in
freeze
front
that
of
there and see
close
where
there.
Roberto Carlos is, he's,
Yeah,
just, he's just making his way over the halfway line.
That's what they've done. Neuville's done well. He's tracked back very well for the Germans.
Lucio made a mistake there, gave it away cheaply. Closer comes in, kept to hold it.
Does well, knocking it
Meg?
Schneider, and again a decent ball in, and you know, but I mean, we're watching this. You can never call those clear-cut chances.
No.
Not like the
It's
Brazilians.
decent play.
You think though, if the Germans were to score, you'd feel like, and the Brazilians were under pressure to try and get that goal. It's got that feeling of, is it going to be one of those days? Hit the bar, the chances.
The other thing is, of course, the Germans have worked extremely hard. I mean, they've closed down quickly. They're working at. Can you do that for 90 minutes? Well, it's difficult to do it for 90 minutes.
And it's
Second half, the game might get stretched.
And you're talking about Rivaldo, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho. Are you going to be able to keep them quiet? Rivaldo has been really
Well,
quiet.
so far in this tournament, we've seen Brazil perform better in second half. So maybe we'll see that again. And we've seen the odd adventurous play from their defenders, as we always do.
As we always do. I think this is Lucio that picks up, and he just thinks, well, I'm picked up the edge of my own box. They'll just go on a run here and attack them and see what happens. It opens up. And this is where he's so good. Great in possession. He plays it to Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo does exceptionally well here. But well, he did he did it. He did exceptionally well here as well. It was a great interception.
The Germans, though, I mean, I read Voller before the game, quoted as saying, if the Germans have a chance in this game, it's got to be a relatively dull affair. And he's contained the Germans.
Yeah.
I think his word was neutralise the Brazilians.
But they
That's
have
what
done
they've
to a
got
certain extent, and more than a certain extent. But what they've done as well that surprised me quite a bit is they've played. At times they've got it and played. You still go back to the clear-cut chances. They haven't created anything clear-cut, but at times they've played some nice stuff.
Yeah,
that
you
you
can-
wouldn't expect them to do.
You can talk about tactics till you're blue in the face, but eventually Brazil have not had the same sort of possession in this half as they've had in other games.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think they've forgotten the basic principle. If you lose it, you try and get it back a wee bit more quickly than rather defending your own box as a last-ditch affair. Yeah. I think the second half, I think they'll come out. I think, exactly as you say, I think that Germany won't change their tactics whatsoever. It's just that I feel that the Brazilians will get a bit of heart from the couple of chances that they've created with very little possession, by their own standards I'm talking about, and I think that they will try and push it on.
You would
second
expect
half.
the Brazilians to go and win the game. Are you still going for the Germans?
Well, I think like the Germans are going to continue to frustrate them, and it's only if the Germans have got the fitness and the strength to continue how they're playing, because the Brazilians are going to have a spell where they are going to get the ball and they are going to make some chances. Now, if the Germans can see that off and get a goal, I tell you, I'm fancying
The one thing the Germans have managed is to control Cafu and Roberto Carlos.
Completely nullified them, and it's Frings and Bode that have done so well. I mean, many times we've seen this ball in this particular competition, but Bode's back there, he's tracking back, it's played into Cafu, and he's back there and he just does enough. And then, of course, we're talking about closing down quickly. Linka comes in here, a strong, strong challenge. Signed to perfection, wins the ball. But that's what they've continually done.
Yeah.
You know, when it's been played into feet, they're in there, they're intercepting, they're anticipating. The question is, can you do it for another 45 minutes?
Well, that's the thing. That's what they're going to need to be doing. That's what I'm sure Rudi Völler will be telling them, because he'll be saying, like, you know, keep it going. We might be able to get a goal somewhere.
Now, we've seen Rivaldo occasion in this tournament play acting, shall we say, but we've got an example here where he might just have been stamped on. We thought we spotted.
I thought the fella did stamp on him.
Schneider.
I thought he could have easily jumped over him. Watch. Look at that. Look.
Oh, that's bad.
No, that's just like he could have easily jumped over his body. That's just.
Interesting to see where the referee is.
You know, that's how. Look, his leg can carry on. He just stamped on him.
Oh dear.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, the opportunity for Rivaldo there to play act, and he didn't do it. So I'm not saying that you want someone to play act, but you know what I mean. He just got up and got on with it. What he should have done.
He's lessened his
He must have learned his lesson.
You've told him what he's got to do.
Exactly. Just get up and get on with it when people stamp in your neck.
So what Martin of the Brazilians got to do in this half? What will the manager Scolari, what will he be saying he wants to see differently?
I think he will feel that if they could work a wee bit harder when they have lost possession of the ball and not allow Germany to get at them, so that they might end up defending their own box. I think that they should feel. I think Ronaldinho, who's a top-class player, I think there's moments there where he's definitely come into the game, but I think the minute that he loses, he'll have to just make an extra midfield player rather than as a 3 up front. And if they get a wee bit more possession, we know that they're capable of producing things out of nothing. If they get a little bit more possession, then they can go on and win the game.
I think that he'll say basically play better. I mean, and also you've got to want it more. We know they can be casual and complacent. They've always have been. They've got the tricks, but you've got to go and win the game. Yeah. I think they started very, very slowly. And sometimes you say if you start slowly, you can't pick up. They've always been brilliant at just getting it and playing. I think they've got to be better in possession. That we want in the second half to see the true Brazilian.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what they're playing for. It's only, what, 12 inches high, they said? Didn't someone once say? Worth winning, though, I would say.
It looks great, doesn't it?
It really is a beautiful trophy, man. Yeah. Gosh.
Imagine if you're a captain picking that up.
I can't. You know,
You can't.
It's pointless.
I'm going to hand back to Mr. Brook, Mrs. and
Well, is she here?
Trevor Brooking and John.
Is this Brooke in here?
Let's go back to Trevor and John, but I'm going to go back to them with another stat, because this is quite interesting. It's 259 minutes now that Brazil have played World Cup finals without scoring a goal, and Oliver Kahn has gone 405 minutes without conceding a goal. Looks ominously like penalties. John.
Well, yes, Garrett. The last time Brazil scored an actual goal in a World Cup final was that famous one by Carlos Alberto in 1970, the 4th goal in the final, which we saw earlier in the programme. 32 years ago, the 1994 final went to penalty kicks, so we don't count them as goals in normal play. But you have just touched on the possibility of there being penalties again tonight, and then, of course, they say the Germans don't lose penalty shootouts, so that would be most interesting. Ronaldo is back on the field, and do you anticipate any changes here, Trevor?
No, I think Brazil will definitely be looking to carry on where they finished the first half. They had a good spell, 5 or 10 minutes, pressurised, and started to get their 3 central defenders, who were excellent on the ball, you know, pushing forward more, trying to get a grip and control into the midfield area. And certainly the supply then is going to be better for the likes of Ronaldo, Ronaldinho.